Yeah, this the life and times of the Boss Hog. I am the Boss Hog, and I'm gonna give you my story as I know it.
Let me hear you say that.
Daddy.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, let me hear you say yes. Not yeah, but yes.
Yes.
Let me hear you say yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
I'm keeping you. Look, you know how when we was back in the day, we would be down. There wasn't no such thing as him being out there and being underdressed, like sneakers and tennis shoes and hair looking nappy and raggedy. Back in them motherfucking 90s, I mean, motherfucking pimp had to look like a pimp. Y'all let you meet me for a reason. Now say it again. Yes, Daddy. I'm gonna let you turn me
into a big, tall, fine motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I like that. Niggas, when you close your eyes, when you picture a pimp, you don't see a nigga with a basketball jersey on or a t-shirt that looks like a dress, and gym shoes and jeans and shit.
I'm confused. You gave me like 5 different instructions.
I know, and they all coincide with what I'm getting you to. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to think with your own mind. Let me just do the thinking. Just go in the direction I'm pointing you in. Don't listen and try to take me in and try to think about it as I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple. You feel me? And keeping it simple, you just follow what I'm saying at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah, you see a nigga with a suit on. Yeah, some gators. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, pulling me, some diamond rings, manicure, viral curls and motherfucking shit. You dig what I'm saying?
Like, at first when I first started talking to you or whatever, that's what I wanted. You know, I wanted you to be around all the time. But then when you weren't, and when I met you, it was like, I appreciated your presence so much.
Life story of a boy to pimp to macaroni to man to Mac man, baby. You dig?
Before I start the 7 o'clock class, you did. Here, hold on. Y'all ain't noticed lately. I've been wanting to put on some cold jewelry, so I've been wanting to wear my fly pimp shit, but I mean, I'm like, I gotta put on this cold shit so I can remember what time it is. In the middle of a recession, you gotta remind yourself to be cold. You're gonna have to invest in more. You're gonna have to invest in more to grow faster. You know what I mean? Just hella shit. Before you before that recession time is up. You dig? All right, man, let's go ahead and get down. I was talking about this in the I want to say I let y'all on the 2 p.m. promo or something like that. I don't think I let y'all on before we did the 5 o'clock joint. But 5 o'clock joint just ended. We getting ready for the 7 o'clock class, and I'm gonna talk about we are number one in being consumers. And I was telling y'all in the 2 p.m. class that that's not bad if you're a player. You know what I'm saying? If you're a player, knowing how to motherfucking spend your money is a regular part of life, man. You know what I mean? I had a black guy tell me that, we always had a bunch of fly shit in, Africa or Haiti or Jamaica or wherever the fuck your ancestors are from. You know what I mean? So we talked about spending, okay? We didn't really talk about producing, okay? Remember I told y'all the key to get rich, man. Nigga told me this 20 years ago. He said, man, create value every day and sell it. Okay, now you got to find out how to do that. I ain't teaching that in here. That's going to be in the 7 o'clock class. But the shit that I am teaching in here is that you have to make more than you spend. Okay, so if you see us, buying jewelry or cars or whatever, so I ain't gonna bullshit you. Sometimes it's like Kanye said, man. He said, man, I bought the chain before I bought a house. Now I do it again because I got to be on 106 and Park pushing the Benz. That do matter. The positioning of it matters. And there's a little dick argument that says, but you don't have nothing. Then there's a big nigga argument that says, bitch, you see what I have. You understand me. Soak it up. You know what I mean? What the bitch say? She said, somebody told her, you know what I'm saying? You ain't nothing but a hoe. She said, you see it? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, nigga, you see it, But, so you are always looking for discipline, okay, in between the extreme and extreme, okay, you gotta shop. You ain't gonna be no player, nigga. Bottom line. So on this side, you know what I mean, of the scale, you know what I mean, you gotta be shopping. It's it's a scale, just in case y'all niggas can't see, because I'm talking to the other camera now. But on this side, it's it's a scale of your shopping. On this side, it's a scale of your saving or investing or paying bills or whatever, every other fucking thing to do. Now, you and I both know paying bills ain't sexy. I was telling a nigga this yesterday, man. Women do so much better than us on regular life shit, getting a job, keeping it, and all that, because they're natural helpmates, bro. They naturally come in. They don't give a fuck what type of job it is. They got kids to feed, nigga. They gonna go in there and get them a check. And when they get their check, they gonna wake up, oh shit, I could qualify for a house. They gonna pay for that house. With niggas, it's so complicated, man. When I say niggas, I mean us men, right? It's so complicated because we want to have a certain kind of job. We want to have a certain kind of career. We care about how we are seen and thought of. And the bitch ain't tripping about that. So, what I'm saying? A lot of times you would get a bitch and she'll blow on you because, nigga, you not paying bills. She got an eviction notice and this and that, but all you trying to do is make sure that you flip the money over some kind of way in the business. You make sure that y'all don't always have to be in the streets, that y'all don't always have to be going to work, no job or whatever. You trying to do something for y'all future, but you are putting what you do versus what she do, okay? She's good at paying the bills and you are good at dreaming. This is what men do. We are good at dreaming. And while while we are good at dreaming, we got to remember, to have these dreams. We like not to have the dreams, go to sleep, you know what I mean? Wake up, we had a dream last night. No, but to get out and go accomplish those dreams. And you can't. I don't even believe you could really accomplish some of these dreams with the wrong bitch. Let me flip side that coin though. Flip the script a little bit. The bitch can't keep her house with the wrong nigga. Okay. You have to realize what you are bringing to the table, what productivity you are bringing to the table. I might see, I got a jewelry store, right? I might see a bitch that don't give a fuck about you. You know how many bitches I meet that be like, see, I don't care about all your jewelry and all your mink coats and stuff. That don't impress me. The first thing I think is, I don't like this bitch. This ain't my bitch. Because she's trying to dumb me down to something that she can quantify, something that she can understand. She's trying to dumb me down to something that makes sense to her. You know what I mean? To make it to where I'm simple, just like every other nigga that she fuck with, right? But I'm not going to argue with the bitch, and I'm not going to explain why I'm buying jewelry. I'm not going to explain anything. You know what I mean? I'm just, yeah, bitch, you see it. You know what I mean? And then you get the memes around, you know what I mean? You see the Jay-Z got the, you know what I'm saying? They got the picture Jay, sitting on jewelry like this back when he was, you know what I mean, in the 90s, late 90s, Reasonable Doubt Jay-Z, and they was like, Jay-Z worth 800,000. Then they show a picture, he ain't got on no jewelry, not even a watch, not a speckle of a diamond or nothing. Then they be like, hold on for a minute. Anyway, but they be like, they show, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, without any jewelry or anything, and they be like, Jay-Z, worth 800,000, and Jay-Z worth $1 billion, 800 million. And that's to fool you. That's to throw you off, to make you more like her. Get good at paying your bills, nigga, you know what I mean, and that kind of thing. I had a hotel me once, and I was tripping because I was young, and back then I would put so much pressure on my bros. Today, I don't even really put a whole gang of right there pressure. Okay, the pressure that I put down today is like, bitch, if you're not with this, you just can't call me no more. You know what I mean? Like, I gave you a shot, and that's that. And and the pressure is because I got so many other bitches that I go bump. You know what I mean? That's the pressure. In today's world, you have to know what you bring into the table, and you got to know that it's more than what the men are bringing to the table, what the other men that you are competing against are bringing to the table. You got to know it. Don't overthink it. Don't overestimate it or overcompensate for it or estimated or none of that kind of shit. Just speak to yourself truthfully, man, as to what it is. You ain't got to tell nobody on the internet, you know what I'm saying, you're bad shit or whatever, you know what I mean? But just you know what you got to fix, okay? As long as you know what you got to fix, then, you know what I mean, you got a good chance at fixing it. If you fool yourself and say that everything is all good and this and that, you know, you subject to believe that lie, and you don't think. I was just talking to a bitch, and the bitch was saying I'm a work in progress. And I was like, I'm sure she was probably shocked to hear it, but because it's so many niggas that's way littler than me, but don't say this. But, you know, I'm such a raw nigga, but I'm so straight up and everything too. I was like, bitch, I'm a work in progress. We all works in progress. That should have made the bitch feel comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't know if it did or not. You know, I'll see later on if she get with me. But the thing about this life, man, is you got to be producing more than you spending. Okay? The simple equation to get rich is make more than you spend and save more than you owe. Okay? That's simple. Okay? The simple activity to do is to create sellable value every day and sell it. Okay? Now, the hard part gets when you want to be a player. Sometimes a player don't go directly straight up with being rich. Sometimes it's like they are perpendicular, not parallel. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the roads seem like, especially when you're around other people, right? When you're around other people, they don't understand this game at all. So in their mind, you just having fun spending money. Okay? In your mind, you like, no, I got to get this off my list. I got to get that did. I got to get, like, I don't know about y'all, but I had a long checklist of shit that I thought made a big time pimp. And it was like, pinky ring, I need one for both hands. So I got a square, pinky ring squared. You know, Rolex watch. I need a chain. I need a nice car. I need, you know what I mean? I need a house. I need, you know what I mean? So I had a long list of shit that I didn't even feel like I was a man without having. It will behoove you niggas to do the same thing. Just be, you know, like humble with yourself. You ain't gotta, you know, tell the bitch this list. If you want, you know what I mean, you do like I did when I was young. I used to hide that list from the bitch. I didn't want her to see my next moves or whatever. Because back when you first starting off, I remember thinking you can't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. So if I told the bitch I was investing in real estate, I was really investing in stocks. You know what I mean? As long as I'm investing, I ain't lying. You understand me? But if I tell the bitch I'm investing in stocks, I'm investing in real estate. You know what I mean? Today, I got something to show for it, so I could just tell a bitch straight up, this is what I do. But back in the day, you know, I remember there was a time when I didn't have nothing to show for it because it takes so much thought, so much focus, so much, you know, balls, guts, so much discipline to focus on the one thing, and to get good at that one thing, and to get somebody to take a chance on you. And because you need a connection in any business you're getting in, you need a connection. Okay? You can, you know, not acknowledge that point and be like, I just want to do it all myself. I think I kicked the nigga out to school for this. I know I kicked him out. It ain't no, I think I kicked him out for this. But I was going to say, I think it was 10 years ago. It might have been 8 years ago. It might have been 12 years ago. But I was telling the nigga, man, that the school is the one safe place that you compete against your brothers. And it's not because you hate them. It's that, nigga, the harder we compete in practice, the easier it is in the game when we get out amongst the other guys out here in the world. We supposed to crush them. You know what I'm saying? But we only can crush them because we've been competing against each other so hard every day. And the nigga said, he was in the school before you was, Killer. The nigga told me, he said, man, I ain't got no competition. You know, like, I don't have no competition. You know, I ain't worried about what them niggas is doing. I'm just worried about what I'm doing. And I kicked him out because that energy is bad. You understand what I'm saying? That energy is like what your mom tells you. That's some soft shit. I ain't got no competition. Nigga. I'm just, you know, I'm only me that's living or whatever, you know. Nigga, you gotta talk that shit amongst the bitches or something, nigga. But with men, we know that we have competition. There ain't nothing wrong with competing, bro. Just don't have that negative thing. You know what I'm saying? With your brother, he buy a car and you like, oh yeah, man, fuck that nigga, fuck that car. You know what I mean? That's what you don't want to have. You want to have That nigga just bought a Porsche. You like, man, I'm giving me one of them motherfuckers, man. Man, I'm giving myself 30 days, nigga. 30 days. I better have a motherfucking Porsche, man. 30 days, man. That shit look good, baby. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing, nigga. Man, I got to get a Porsche. And they got to crack that nigga's head. That nigga got a 2020 Porsche. I need a 21 joint. That's healthy competition, man. You know? Now, the squares will look at that and be like, man, you know, why you even need a Porsche? Who the fuck are you? Get out of here. You know what I mean? Don't even try to explain it to the suckers. When I told y'all niggas, I was telling some nigga yesterday, I want to say it was. I was telling some nigga a bunch of years ago, probably 5-6 years ago. I told niggas, you know what I mean, that if you don't got the money to get jewelry and shit, then you go get some proper tattoos, because you trying to get a bitch's attention. You know, you ain't got the money for me, coach. You go get, start getting some proper tattoos. Just get you a good theme and stick with the theme all the way. And I ain't talking about on your face or shit like that. That ain't my business if you're doing that. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, you know what I mean, on your arms if you're working out, you know what I mean? Shit like that. And I seen some little nigga put a emoji with the hand over the face like, you know, that's because he's a square. Square don't understand on this. Square is thinking, you ain't going to be able to get a job with that. Little dick nigga, I'm not trying to explain to these niggas how they can get stuck in a job. I'm telling them, if you have to get a job, you get that job, nigga, you put every motherfucking check, you put it into your business and into your shopping and into your success, and you get the fuck on out of that job. It don't take 20 years. It take 20 years for a motherfucker that ain't investing nothing. Okay? Now, there's no way to escape the harshness that it's going to take for you to level up. There's no way to get through that and just do it without it being harsh. It's going to be harsh, bro. It's going to be cold as winter. Okay? But you got this. Just like any other nigga did it, like I did it. Kenny Red did it. Don Juan did it. Jimmy Star did it. Rosebud did it. Shantae did it. You know what I mean? All of us did it. But we came from the same place you came from. You dig? We didn't come from no money. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come from no household with a silver spoon and all that kind of motherfucking shit. Hey man, I gotta let y'all niggas go, man. That was the sample for y'all. I gotta let some other niggas sample on real quick. Man, put y'all bread down, nigga, and join us, man. We do this shit, man. You know what I mean? 5 times a day. You dig? All right, man. Y'all holler at me, man. Peace. I'm gonna let y'all niggas sit on a little longer, just due to the fact that I'm putting a lot of content on this YouTube real quick, so I can not fuck with it for a while. This is a bad little bitch. Who is this hoe? Okay. Let me send myself a reminder to sweat that hoe later. I try to avoid bad little bitches, man. You know, I can't afford no badass bitch. I can't afford no bitch I think is bad. I gotta always reverse the game and, you know what I mean, see if that bitch, you know, think that I'm bad. So I might send out one message, you know what I mean, to let her know I exist. So hopefully she come back, she look at my page and she like, okay, cool, you know what I mean, I want to fuck with a motherfucker like this. Or she look at it and don't respond, and I block the bitch and I keep it moving. I don't block her because I got any feelings about it. I block her because I don't want this fine bitch to get in my mind for me to sweat her again. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep it simple. If a bitch be like, hey, you know, I ain't looking for a PR, whatever, I like to just, you know, block them and keep it moving. You know, you have to find your way to simplify this shit. You got to find your way to simplify this shit, man. You know, don't let it stay and remain complicated. At the beginning, it's going to be complicated at the beginning, but don't let it stay complicated. You know what I mean? You know, peace and blessings to you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect. You dig? Man, I didn't know that was you. You said that was you another time, man, but I guess I ain't going to never remember that name, Jack, without your name being attached. So when you put your name at the bottom, then I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I know that nigga. You know what I mean? You know, I like to know y'all when y'all get on here. You know what I mean? That's why I feel more comfortable answering questions and kicking it, kicking this shit in front of the niggas that been in the school before, because you know, whenever you kicking some shit from the outside, I was just telling abroad this, man. You know, little smart abroad, she was, you know, she got her some juice because she got a lot of shit going, you know what I mean? She knows that she is a business, just like every player on here is a business. She knows that she's a business, so she, you know what I'm saying, she getting views and subscribers and all kind of shit, you know what I mean, on her business tip. And she was complaining about, you know, that the fans out in the world be like, yeah, I know you from this site, or I know you from this app, or I know you from, and she was disliking. I was, having to tell her, look, embrace that though. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't hide who you are. You know what I mean? You got this shit. You work for that shit. I didn't really get a whole chance to tell her though, because it was so much shit to talk about. When you first talking to bitches, it'd be so much shit to talk about, bro. That, you know what I mean? You can't even get into all of it. You know what I mean? But it ain't your job to try to spill your guts, as they call it in network marketing. You know what I mean? Like to say everything all in one conversation or whatever, because y'all be jockeying, waiting for your chance to speak. When you talk to bitches, y'all will speak as soon as she spoke. Without, in sales, they teach us to not have something so fast to say back, even though we have a canned, planned speech. They tell you to squint your eyes, cock your head to the side, and shake your head yes. when you know what I'm saying, when they saying something to you, that makes the person feel heard. Okay, that ain't saying that I'm telling y'all not to listen to these bitches either. You need to listen, because a bitch will tell you exactly what it's gonna take to knock her off. She'll tell you exactly what it's gonna take to get her to put all her trust in you and everything. You know what I mean? You gotta ask questions. You gotta sit and shut the fuck up and listen for a minute. But then at the same time, you gotta say some shit to cap it off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? The last thing she thinking is, when can I go out there and travel to see this guy? Feel me? But anyway, here, let me get some water real quick. My mouth dry as a motherfucker. And I got to get ready to jump off, nigga. All right. Anyway, make sure that when you out and you are doing shit for the kids or doing shit for yourself or whatever, you know what I mean, for the family or bills or whatever, make sure that for every dollar you spend, you invest some for the future. Also, make sure for every dollar you spend, you throw some into shopping. Okay, and that's for today. Even shopping is for the future, but it's for the future in a way that nobody will understand except a player. Okay, me creating all of my different ideas. The Boss Hog ring and macaroni ring and all these different things. This is a means to an end. Okay, it's a way of showing the bitch, one, that dreams and my ideas and my dreams really do come true. Second, it's a way to show a bitch that we can have anything that we want. Third, it's a way to, you know what I mean, to kind of stack money and be the number one motto of your own business. You know what I mean? I don't know what this bitch is pulling through here for. I'm watching her do the U-turn or whatever. But you gotta find your way to grow what it is that you are doing. You know what I mean? She was going through a lot to get up out of there. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. She be having some drama going too, But anyway, I ain't gonna talk about all that. That ain't my bitch. That's her kid plays sports with my kid and shit. All right, man. Anyway, man. Make sure, it's gonna be hard to do, to pay your bills and to invest and to invest in the future, meaning stocks or real estate, and then invest in the business. Okay, the business that first starts out with you being the front man of that business. And then fourth, you got to find some type of something that you are going to invest in that is kind of like giving. My given envelope is my education. That's always my education. You know what I mean? So I always put that 10% in my education. Now, if y'all ain't heard me break down how, I don't want to say the fastest, but the simplest way that I learned to manage money, some nigga told me years ago at a seminar, 30% to invest in, 30% towards savings, 30% towards bills, 10% towards giving. Now you might think, man, I can't pay my motherfucking bills with 30%. And my bills be like 80%, 100% some weeks, man. Shit, how the fuck I'm gonna pay my bills 30%? There's two ways to go about that. One way I don't know if y'all gonna like it or not, but spend less. I hate spending less, dude. Man, my kids are spoiled, my bitches are spoiled, I'm spoiled, you know what I mean? I won't tell you that I just spend it as frivolous as it looks. This is an art of making this shit look like you ain't caring about money. Nigga, I'm a Capricorn. So I'm caring about money, nigga. Dig that. Okay. And I tell y'all that not to be funny, but so y'all would know the game behind the game is to really know where the fuck your money is going. Okay. Don't fool yourself and don't fool everybody else by, really spending it like you don't give a fuck about it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Know where your money is going. Invest in your future, the future that you want to have, the future that you want to be. Okay. For me, my whole goal was to be a bona fide player. I dreamed about being the nigga I am today 26 years ago. You know what I mean? Long time ago. I dreamed about being exactly who I am today. I didn't dream I would be teaching fucking class or doing promo online, and you know what I mean. You don't know the future. I didn't know online was gonna be a fucking thing. I didn't know. I knew I was gonna write books. I didn't know that my speeches would be more demanded than my books. I didn't know that. I never took speech classes. I never took classes. I never went to Toastmasters and none of that kind of shit. So when my pockets started leaking, it'd be hard to keep my poker face. That's a dope ass observation of yourself, man. The problem is not dope. The problem is a common problem. I run into that same thing even after all these years. My thing is whenever I'm going through whatever it is, man, depression, any fucking thing. If I'm going through anything, whatever it is, what up, brother? When I'm going through anything, whatever it is, I throw myself into the work. If you throw yourself into the work, you don't got time to be explaining to this bitch, hey, bitch, I'm broke, I ain't got it, or whatever. You working so you can go get it. That's what you want to have in mind. You know what I'm saying? You so busy that, okay, I ain't got it right now, but I might have it by the end of the day. Let me just get out and be get out with my product or my services, because you got to have product or service. That's if you are working the job today, it's hard to have the product or the service, but you gotta have one or the other or both. You gotta have one or the other or both. You know what I mean? How you doing, brother? I'm just knocking it out. You dig? Yeah, I ain't want to not speak to you. You dig? No doubt, brother. All right. Yeah, you gotta have a product or service or both. You dig? If you are busy, you don't got time to think about how my poker face looked or how my words came across to this bit. You ain't got time. And let me tell you something, you're going to be busy as fuck by chasing your dream like that. But man, if that bitch leave, there's going to be another bitch that come through the door that's going to be like, man, I love this. He's so on his own shit. I don't have to tell him to get up and let's get to work like I used to tell my baby daddy, my lazy ass broke baby daddy or whatever. That's how they talk about niggas that don't have no vision or ambition. You understand what I'm saying? So, your job is to fall in love with something. When you fall in love with something, man, you got this shit covered, bro. You so busy on it. I was talking about this yesterday, man. I said that it's a big old tall fat guy, but he got a bad bitch. And I said I didn't know how this guy got this bitch, and I must have added them to my page years ago. I don't remember how, when, or whatever. But when I seen him, I mentioned it to my bitch, and she was like, oh, you talking about the guy that got the porn star? I said, yeah, I guess she is a porn star. I didn't even know what she was on. I just knew that she carried it like us, the usums of this game. And I'm saying she carried it like, oh, this phone about to go out and shit. I got to get ready to jump off with y'all after this. That way I can put the other page on and get him a little juice before I cut off. But I didn't know, what I'm saying, what he did or she did. I just know he got a bad bitch, and she looked like she was getting money. So I looked at his page yesterday. I just couldn't help it. They got this bad bitch. What the fuck is going on? And she was bragging about their anniversary and shit. And I looked at his page, and it was like 9 posts down. He was on stage. And I was thinking, what the fuck is he? Is he doing? Is he a comedian or whatever? Because I didn't know. This nigga was a singer or some shit. Okay. Whole crowd holding lighters in the air and shit. Like they whole crowd on this dick. And I was like, damn. So I looked and I said, hey, bitch, this what he do. She said, oh, yeah, I did know that was him. Oh, you knew? You didn't tell me or what? I'm just thinking that this nigga lucked up on a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Nobody lucks up on the life that they got. Nobody looks up on the bitch. Nobody looks up on the success. Nobody looks up on the money. Man, all this shit takes work. All of it, nigga. Don't never discount what another nigga's doing. I don't give a fuck if he was selling dope. That nigga putting in work and risking his goddamn life for it, nigga. He tougher than I could be, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Handling that part of the game. You know, let that man get his respect for whatever the fuck he been doing, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no knock on nobody. As players, we don't got nothing negative to say about how no niggas feeding their family, bro. We too busy feeding our own family. We too busy trying to make sure this dope nigga ain't gonna knock us off. We too busy making sure this con nigga ain't gonna knock us off. Man, we too busy. All right. Anyway, man, I gotta let y'all niggas go, man. Y'all jump on the other Instagram. I'm about to put them on. No, didn't want to say that. Hold on. Damn it, I don't even know how the fuck to change this shit up real quick. All right, hold on. Whoa. That's crazy. They be having crazy posts out here. All right, hold on. I guess I gotta wait on this joint to do what the fuck it's supposed to do to come back on or whatever. You know. I probably ain't gonna be able to get them other niggas no juice because this shit taking so motherfucking long. All right. Y'all are able to learn a little bit behind the scenes, nigga, to see that this is what it takes to be this juggernaut, niggas. You gotta be giving some love to each page. I got like 12 motherfucking pages now. 9 of them over 100,000 followers, man. My newer pages are over 100,000 followers because I got them motherfuckers open to the public and shit. But you got to keep each page growing. You know what I mean? I got about 4 YouTube pages, man. I ain't sold out to none of the motherfuckers right now, man. Man, I got a love and hate relationship with social media, bro. I don't like giving away free shit. But at the same time, it go with the advertising. Okay, this PR game go with the advertising. It's what you while you spending all your other money in advertising, this here just backs that up. You know, it gives you content that people can go through. When they see the advertising, they not quite sold on whether they want to spend some money with your company or not, whether it's my jewelry company or my clothing line or my sales company even. They don't know whether they want to hire us to do they bidding or whatever the fuck it is. Then they see so much content out there, and that just helps stick to their bones or whatever. Am I saying content is more important than advertising? Hell no. Am I saying advertising is more important than content? Probably. But you need all of it. You need the advertising, you need content, you need promotion, constant promotion, meaning flyers and posters and shit, the old school way. You need regular marketing. You know what I mean? Whether it's email, text message, whatever the fuck it is. You got to find your way to turn your thing into a real business. Okay? You need employees and all that, nigga. It's hard to say that you're a boss if you ain't got no fucking employees. You need employees, bro. It's a fact. You just gonna need some motherfucking employees, man. Because there's so much that you can't do on your own. It's so much that you can't be on your own. Okay, so keep pushing yourself to turn it into a real business. You know what I'm saying? Even the ism, with me, I did not like shortstopping the ism. You know what I mean? My own. I didn't like to feel like I was trying to be somebody, but I would never get there. I was always scared that I would die or get locked up before I actually blow up. And it's terrible mindset or thought process. But the good thing about that terrible mindset or thought process was it made me take my life a bit more serious. I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking. I was like, man, I can't go to jail for 100 years. I pray not to. This is when I was in the streets. Now I ain't in the streets at all, so I don't even worry about that shit. But when I was in the streets, I prayed to not go to prison before I was able to show the world what I had in me, man. I had to get this shit out, and I'm sure a lot of y'all feel that way. I wanted to show my parents, I wanted to show my neighborhood, everybody that, nigga, I was gonna be rich. You gotta think, man, my cousins was getting rich, man. I'm talking about, man, a lot of my older cousins was getting rich. And I don't know. It's you know, you know, it was a I don't know, it was a thing for me. It made me think a certain way, you know, that it's possible. So, you know what I mean? As much as I'm doing, you know, everything that I'm doing to build a business and all that, I'm also keeping them in mind, bro, because I owe it to them to take it to the next level. I owe it to not just my mother and my grandmother and all that. I owe it to my older cousins, because if they wasn't in the intermediate ages between my uncle and my uncles and my age, man, shit, ain't no time. I probably wouldn't have went so motherfucking hard. You know what I mean? I went so motherfucking hard because I was like, nigga, this shit got to be done. You know what I mean? And I got to do it. I got to handle it. Cavalry ain't coming, nigga. These niggas gonna laugh at me if I ain't rich. You know what I mean? So I was thinking that way. I was thinking, man, I gotta be somebody, because you know, my family, it was so harsh. In my family, it was so harsh and hardcore that you couldn't just walk up and say you was pimping. You know, you couldn't walk up and say you was doing anything unless you was seriously doing it. Like you was going through all the shit and building the name for it. To be a pimp in private or in silence just wasn't, it didn't fit in my family. Although it's a certain Italian word that they got for this. We are terrible at this, but black people, but there's a certain Italian word. It's a term. It's not really the word. It's a term of it. It sounds silly though, but in my family they wasn't. I got you in 1 minute, bro. In my family it wasn't that you were rich and showing off. Only one of my uncles was really having like next level jewelry and you know, $20,000 mink coats, and you know what I mean, and shit like that. My uncle that had the bar. My other uncles was, you know, was regular, you know, leather jacket, perm wearing motherfuckers, yo, suit wearing motherfuckers. They was gangsters. You know what I mean? So they wasn't doing the $10,000 rings and all the other shit. When I came back to Detroit, man, that nigga told me, man, okay, you done showed everybody up on Dexter that you got it, nigga, that you done made it. Now put that shit up, take that shit off, nigga. You know what I mean? So we can walk around the neighborhood, nigga. I don't want you to have no problems, nephew. And I remember telling him, man, I ain't taking my shit off. I'd be dead before I be seen without this shit. At my funeral, if you see somebody stealing the rings on my finger, you better check them. They lock the doors at pistol point, make them put them back on my fingers. You know what I'm saying? Then you can give them to my kids afterwards. You understand me? But I remember that part was different than the way that I grew up. Here, hold on, let me handle my man's question. They said consistency as a kid. You taught me that every day in addition to your highlights. Yeah, man, for sure. It's an ongoing thing. If you not building it, somebody else is building it while you sleep. You know what I'm saying? If you are not being the if you are not the all-star on your basketball team or football team, or you know what I'm saying, the biggest boxing prospect in your city, somebody else is. So who is that? Man, I give you I'm gonna tell you how early this shit started. My son is on a football team. This is his second year. He's 7 years old. You know, in the South, they play football a bit early. Nigga. Football don't even start to 8 years old in Detroit. At least it didn't when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start playing. I was 10. But I started him at 6 last year. And I think they might start at 5 here, but they might not. They might start at 5 in Texas. But anyway, I put him in at 6. This year, he's starting to get some run. And he's been going after this one kid every day. He lay down and I want to hit him. You know, he'd say the kid's name, you know. And it wasn't until he got home that night as to why, you know, he was going so hard after this kid. And I was like, what the fuck? My kid is like the second littlest kid on the team. Why is he wanting to hit him in the Oklahoma drill all the time? Why is it always him? And he said, Dad, is it, you know, football is like gangs, right? Where you take down the leader, you become the leader. Like, because dude, they had their first game and dude was the captain that week. You know what I'm saying? So in my son's mind, all the shit that I tell him about politics on the bottom level, you know what I mean? You know, grassroots politics, like earning your name and making your way up, and the hierarchy that goes with it and everything else, you know what I mean? He's automatically thinking If I do better than dude at practice, I get to be the captain. You know what I mean? I get to be somebody. It's funny, man, that this little nigga at 7 years old is thinking that way. That's funny, man. He said, just giving thanks because the consistency game you give is top tier. At least to me, you know what I'm saying? It's top tier. Man, it's top tier to me too, brother. So I appreciate you saying it, man, because it ain't enough niggas that give me my props for it. You know what I mean? But whatever piece of game that you notice in the shit that I be kicking, utilize it. Utilize it to change your whole life, man, because all it takes is one principle to change everything. I give y'all an example real quick, and this phone is going to die in a minute, but I give y'all an example before this phone died. Residual income. I don't even talk without recording. Every class I'm recording. These lives, I'm still recording it on the side. I talk on 12 different lives at a time just in case they take down one video or whatever. You know, I back up my backups for the backups. You know what I mean? To have all my product, man. I got, you know, probably 10,000 different classes at this point. I'm a workaholic nigga. That residual income is so serious. I heard about it 20 years ago. But everything I do, I want to get paid multiple times for it. Everything I do. Now it's just on me to sell it, right? You know what I mean? So anything you learn from me, like residual income, that's a principle that change your whole life. It's that it gives my whole life purpose to think about residual income. The fact that I keep selling this course, I keep selling this class, this seminar, these lives, I don't even sell these joints, man. They just some extra shit. I throw them in with bonuses and shit. Like when a page gets shut down or something, like my YouTube that I had before, it got shut down. I got like 600 videos from that page that's just sitting. You know what I mean? I ain't even been selling it because it's so hard for me to put all the motherfuckers together. They ain't all in one area like I like it. But I don't even sell them courses. I got so many other courses. It's just so much shit, man. I mean, I got probably $20 million in product, man. I'm constantly recording. Another thing before we jump off, I'll give you this piece of game that changed my life too: compound interest. Now, compound interest with banking, I'm starting to apply that. I was trying to apply it in real estate and all type of dickhead shit over the years, and I never figured it out. But compound interest with the stock market and my dividends, I see it. I see it now. You know what I mean? I'm living it. You know what I mean? I'm living proof of that. But let me tell you how I understood it before I understood it this year, because I just started buying stocks this year. And I'm buying a lot of them because recession is here, nigga. You know what I mean? So shit is low, and I'm buying. And you got to make enough money to where you can buy. Anyway, I buy stock every single day too. You're talking about consistency. Every day, nigga, I buy either a little bit, either a lot of stock if I made good money that day before, or a little bit of stock if I only made a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? I buy stock every single day. That's what I hate about weekends, because I can't buy stock when I get up. I can't. I could just put in an order, and maybe they put it in for the next opening day, meaning Monday or whatever. If Monday ain't a holiday and all that kind of shit. But anyway, compound interest in the way that I understood it was with learning. The first time that I was learning shit that had to do with compound interest, it was your pimp shit. I was trying to get good at sales, and a nigga said, man, you know, statistics say it take 1,000 hours to be competent at sales, meaning you just can understand it and talk the shit, and you can barely make a little dough with it. Then I heard that same nigga at that seminar said, but if you want to be good, then you put in 10,000 hours, somewhere between 5 and 10,000 hours, and you'll start, you know what I mean, to figuring this shit out. It'll be easy for you. That's my phone dying. You'll start figuring this shit out. It'll be easy for you. Well, he said, man, if you put in 35,000 hours, you'll be the best in your city at sales. Well, I put that same compound interest example into pimping. I put in more work than a lot of people, so I just happen to know more. It ain't that I'm smarter than them. I just studied a lot more. Man, if you want to get 1,000 hours of studying done within, 1,000 hours is 365 days in a year. You know what I mean? If you study an hour a day, it might take you, you know what I mean, say 3 years, just give or take 2.5 years, something like that, 2.25 years or whatever, to make it. But if you want to get knowledgeable about a subject faster than that, you know what I mean, then you put in 3 hours a day. I mean, you can get it done in 1 year. What if I want that 10,000 hours? You feel me? Okay. Well, if I can do 1,000 hours in 1 year, that means I'm doing 10 years if I'm only doing 3 hours a day. If I can do 9 hours a day, that means in 3 years I got that 10,000 hours under my belt. Okay. And I also noticed that the hours and what it had to do with studying and compound interest, because my mother's a nurse now, but she was doing hair before then. She was dating dope niggas way before then. But anyway, after she got out the street, she started doing hair as like a transition job. And I remember it was about how many hours you can put in apprenticeship, okay, before they trust you to go and, you know what I mean, do what you got to do to get your license, you know? And it's the same way with carpentry and a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Same way with mechanics, a lot of shit, you know what I mean? You know, so that's where I came in with Rosebud being a mentor, man, because a mentor just shaves some of the time off your amount of time that you got to study, because they can show you certain ways to, you know, instead of going the long way around, instead of doing the hook, you know what I mean, you can do it straight, you know what I mean, you know, you get there a little faster. Blessings to you, fam. What up, though? So I started, you know what I'm saying, learning it, you know what I'm saying, based on putting in more hours than everybody else in 1 year, but also getting me a mentor. So after Rosebud was my mentor, then Jimmy was my mentor, and I just kept going. All right, I'm gonna say this, and then I got to get ready to jump off. This phone gonna die. I got to tap in with you. Come to the class for real. I've been slacking on it. It's only gonna make me sharper and greater. I owe it to you, you know, into the game. Yeah, I mean, man, you know, I don't know when the classes ain't gonna be happening no more, man. This, you know, this could be some of y'all niggas' only chance to really dig in and get there faster. You know what I mean? Like you say, you know what I'm saying, to be sharper. You know, now the class ain't easy, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It can be tough, but if you can keep up with us a year, nigga, you gonna run circles around the niggas outside of here. Ask anybody that spent the year in here. You know what I mean? And it's all money back guaranteed anyway, nigga. You know what I mean? All right, man. Y'all stay safe, man. I'm gonna see y'all on the next go round. You dig? But join the school, man, or show up at one of my seminars down here in person. You dig? All right, peace and love, baby. 100. All right, I gotta get ready to let y'all go too, because I gotta get ready to teach my my 7 o'clock class. And this phone is dying. I need this phone for it. I did not bring no charger with me. You dig? This is another little bad bitch. You dig? Man, there's bad bitches everywhere. What are you gonna do to get these bad bitches' attention? Are you gonna say some goofy dickhead shit like the rest of the niggas? You know what I mean? You know, are you gonna do some goofy dickhead shit and dish your other brothers and shit to try to make yourself seem cool and make everybody else seem lame that ain't you? You know what I mean? Are you gonna be a fake? Are you gonna split money with the bitch? Are you gonna let the bitch keep some money? Are you gonna turn into a whole square? Are you gonna be mean and just piss the bitch off so she get off the phone hating on you to everybody that listen? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do to get that bitch? What are you gonna do to get her to spin around and want to try to get you? Want to try to, because that's, you know, that's really what it is. I mean, it's about, you know, yeah, we talk about coming up with the bitch, but shit, you want to be so fly, man, so smooth and so sharp that the bitch try to come up with you. You want her to try to talk you into coming to, you know what I'm saying, to let her come to your town or whatever. Or, you know what I'm saying, or you going out there and building your name or whatever, you know. Like, I mean, man, you know, the jive got to be cut out at some point. You know what I mean? You got to cut out the jive. You got to get serious about the game. And a lot of times when you're not having the life that you want, it's just because you ain't serious yet. I always talk about it, man. I pimped for almost 10 years, man, before I got serious. As embarrassing as that is to say, I pimped for a long time before I got serious. You know what I mean? You know, and I was seriously having a house. I had a few cars, but I could not get past my own fears and insecurities. Was those fears and insecurities? Shopping. I could not. That it's funny that shopping plays such an important role in my life right now, because early on I didn't do no shopping. You know, I would do regular basic shop. I had one pair of Gators, and as a matter of fact, I had one pair of ostrich shoes, and I bought a leather jacket to match the shoes. And I would just buy regular shirts and jeans. And you know what I mean? I know I wanted to buy suits, but I wasn't buying them yet. I didn't know enough about suits and the sizes. I didn't know my size. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. And I was so cheap, man. I remember buying my first suits off the internet. Now, how the fuck I'm gonna get tailored for some shit that's off the internet? You know what I mean? Sounds stupid, but that was me. I was trying to save some money so I could put more into my business. I mean, I ain't gonna put a whole lot in this suits and shit, you know. And I bullshitted away probably 7 years, man, 10 years when I first was getting into life before I started shopping. And you always hear the story, man. I blew up, which I made my first meal before I started shopping too. That was crazy, but my skills, I guess, far surpassed my shortcomings at that point. But anyway, I got out to the West Coast, and y'all hear me say I wasn't a really rich P, even though I had made a meal before I had went out to the West Coast. But I wasn't a rich P. It's a difference in making a meal and being $1 million pimp nigga. There's a difference. I was a rock star once I learned what I was gonna learn on that West Coast. It was different. Life been different ever since then, you know. But before that, I was still always nervous that maybe this shit stopped working. Maybe this shit have stopped doing what it's supposed to do. Maybe this, you know what I'm saying, this bitch might just stop reaching me. This bitch might stop running this service for me. Shit, I ain't got nobody else to handle these phones. Shit, that bitch still doing dates, and I'm keeping 100% of, you know what I mean, of what she got going. You know what I mean. With her running this service, she split money with her 20 hoe partners. You know what I'm saying. So it was all type of shit that I was, worried that I couldn't keep going to keep the level of money coming in and the volume that, you know what I'm saying, that was coming in. But I got out to that West Coast, man, and I got in that circle. I ain't never had to worry about that again. I ain't gonna say everything was just all peaches and cream. I went through, a little turbulence here and there, but it was never about a bitch. It was 99 problems with a bitch wasn't one. And it was funny because I wasn't worried about, I was keeping bitches back then. I had some good hoe game back then. It was just that I was so like hyper conscious about what would make a bitch leave and what was gonna get her to stay. And I was like stressed about it, just all the time. It was a stress thing. Jimmy Star said that's the East Coast lifestyle for you. He said when he got out to New York, he said that everybody, in California, where he was at, California and Vegas and shit, it was laid back. He said when you got out to New York, it was more stressed. It was quickly violent and everything because everybody wanted to keep making it in the style that they were accustomed to. And you know what I mean? And I can't attest to everywhere on the East Coast, but I can say where I was at and in my household, I was stressed. You know what I mean? I was stressed. And then once I started investing in me, instead of investing so much in this business shit, the escort service just happened to be another business. Once I started investing in me, it was like I got peace of mind. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, you know what? I got this shit. I can figure this shit out. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? All right, man, on that note, man, I got to get the fuck on, man. Y'all stay safe. Peace and love, baby. 100. Hey, join us, motherfuckers, because I don't know. Y'all know how I do, man. I go hard on this promo shit for like a month, and then y'all don't hear from me for a year, okay? So don't wait on the lives to change your life. You know what I mean? If it's free, nigga, it's free for a reason, okay? Soak this up. Join us, man, because this shit ain't for the niggas that's online. It's for the niggas that find me online, see the game I'm kicking online, but join us offline. You dig? All right, man, y'all stay safe. Preem and Killer, what up, dog? You dig? All right, one love.